second graders. Yesterday, I went ahead and read to you the first chapter of Cork and Fuzz, Short and Tall. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to just go through kind of quickly the first chapter, and then I'll continue reading chapter 2. So for those of you who were not in our meeting yesterday, you'll get a chance to kind of see what's going on here. So we have Cork, and this is this short little guy, and he's a muskrat. And the taller friend is Fuzz, and he's a possum, and they're best friends. And in this first part of the chapter, they're comparing themselves and noticing that one of them is shorter, one of them's taller, and the little guy, Cork, he's kind of a little bit upset that because he's older, he believes that he should be bigger, and he talks about that. So what do we know about our characters? Well, we know that they're best friends. We learn what kinds of food they eat, and muskrats mostly eat, these are called cattails, and he eats roots, and Fuzz eats everything. In other words, Fuzz loves to eat. So Cork is noticing that Fuzz is taller, and it's kind of bothering him. And Fuzz says, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break a rule, because Cork has a rule that if you're older, you should be bigger. So Fuzz is feeling a little bit bad, and Cork thinks and decides, well, you're just going to have to stop eating. And this is a really big deal for Fuzz, because Fuzz loves to eat. So here we are, chapter 2. While we are waiting for you to not grow, Cork said, can you walk on your knees? That will make you shorter. Fuzz groaned again. Cork walked along the path on his feet. Fuzz walked along the path on his knees. Ouch, Fuzz said. What is the matter? Cork asked. My knee stepped on a stick, Fuzz said. They took 3 more steps. Fuzz yelled again. Ouch, ouch! What is the matter now? Cork asked. My knee stepped on a nut. They took 3 more steps. Fuzz yelled again. Ouch, ouch, ouch! What did your knee step on now? Cork asked. This time it is not my knee that hurts, Fuzz said. This time it is my stomach that hurts because it's empty. Cork sighed. This is not going to work. I cannot be shorter, Fuzz said. But maybe we can make you taller. Oh, yes, said Cork. We can make me taller. Possums eat good food, Fuzz said. Maybe you need to eat like a possum. Then you will grow like a possum. Yesterday, I think it was Sally who suggested exactly this. Nice job. All right. What did you eat for breakfast? Cork asked. I ate 3 beetles. I ate 4 worms. I ate 2 pancakes. I hope there are some pancakes left, Cork said. Nope, said Fuzz. But here is a nice fat worm. Ugh, said Cork. Do I have to eat it? Do you want to grow? Fuzz asked. Yes, said Cork. He closed his eyes. He opened his mouth. Chapter 3. I cannot eat this worm, Cork said. Maybe possums do something to make them tall. Fuzz popped the worm into his own mouth. We hang from tree branches, he said. Cork jumped up and down. I can hang from a branch, he said. I can stretch. We hang by our tails, Fuzz said. Cork looked at his short tail. My tail cannot do that. You can hang by your paws, Fuzz said. Cork jumped up and down again. So this right here, do you notice this? That's actually showing the reader the excitement, that he's excited. So instead, the author said, Cork jumped up and down again. Yes, he said. Instead of saying Cork was excited, the author is showing us. This is really awesome. I can hang by my paws. Cork stood on Fuzz's back. He grabbed a branch on the nut tree. Fuzz moved away. Cork's feet swung in the air. Do I have to hang here long? Cork asked. Not long, Fuzz said. About 7 days. Oh my goodness, that's a long time. Cork wiggled. I have a problem. What kind of problem? Fuzz asked. A seed puff blew up my nose, Cork said. Now I have an itch. Scratch it, said Fuzz. If I scratch it, I'll fall, Cork said. Can you wait? Fuzz asked. No, Cork said. I cannot wait. It is a bad itch. Can you sneeze it out? Fuzz asked. Ka-chee, Cork sneezed. Ka-chee. I cannot sneeze it out. I will help, Fuzz said. He picked up a long stick. Chapter 4. So he's going to help scratch the itch. What are you doing with that stick? Cork asked. I will scratch the itch for you, Fuzz said. You will poke me in the eye, Cork said. I will be careful, Fuzz said. The stick did not poke Cork in the eye. It poked Cork in the belly. Ouch! Cork yelled. Then he fell on Fuzz. Oof! The seed puff blew out of Cork's nose. Oof! The air blew out of Fuzz's belly. I'm sorry I fell on you, Cork said. I'm sorry you have not gotten taller, Fuzz said, or lighter. Cork helped Fuzz to his feet. Then he shook Fuzz's paw. It was nice being best friends, Cork said. But we are best friends, Fuzz said. No, said Cork. We are too different. I am older than you. You are taller than me. There's no way to change that. Goodbye, Fuzz. Cork walked toward his home in the pond. Fuzz looked after him. He sniffed. Goodbye, Cork, he whispered. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that Fuzz doesn't want to stop being friends, and he's feeling sad. A tear slipped out of his eye and landed on a nut. Fuzz picked up the nut. Then he picked up another nut. He jumped up and ran after Cork. Cork, he yelled. Wait! When Fuzz reached Cork, he held out the 2 nuts. See these nuts? Fuzz said. Are they the same? No, Cork said. One is big and wet, one is little and dry. They're different, Fuzz said, but they are still nuts. Then Fuzz pulled Cork to the edge of the pond. They looked at themselves in the water. See these friends? Fuzz asked. Are they the same? No, Cork said. One is short, one is tall. They're different, Fuzz said, but they are still friends. Just like the two nuts? Cork asked. One little and one big? Just like two nuts, Fuzz said. Two best friends, short and tall together. The end. And we'll talk about this in our Friday meeting.